Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to VCPB HQ. My name is Anders, the founder of GT3 Ninja Racing, and if you're brand new to this channel, welcome. You have joined us for the last round of our AMS2 GT3 Cup. We will not be doing this any further, purely because we have found some better GT3 cars on a different platform. Tonight is round 8. We are racing at Adelaide, so lots of wall of deaths everywhere. And the battle for second position is what we're going to be keeping an eye out tonight. Jay Sky is in P1, but he has pretty much a 19-point gap, and all he has to do is finish. He can finish last and still win the championship. So it's pretty much his. If he doesn't finish, however, and Hewitt or Jamsky were to win, they would win the championship. So Jay Sky literally just needs to keep his car on the track. So without further ado, let's go straight into the practice session. So here we go. Hope you all had a lovely bank holiday weekend. We'll end it hopefully on a high with this stream if you're based in the UK. We have 7 races tonight, 8 joining shortly. In fact, I think we are missing another person. So we have Minor, Yogi, Colson, Camel, Jay Sky. I don't, yeah, we are just missing Sergio Perez, but here we are. We're currently watching PNRGT Sky, who is our championship leader. And hopefully he will finish the race to be crowned the first ever PNR champion, because that's what's at stake. It's our first league, and apparently there's a pit stop on top of that tent. Every single spectator or director, there is a random pit lane just somewhere. Just weirdly, just, you know, just out there somewhere. But the reality is, so the gentleman in P1, or currently in P1 in practice, Jamsky, in the AMG, I think has the better race car around Adelaide. It's a lot more stable, a lot better on the tyres. It's the beginning of summer there in Adelaide, so the track temperature is quite hot. The air temperature is also quite hot, and that's where the AMG seems to come into its own a little bit. Plus it sounds rather lovely, doesn't it? Does sound rather lovely. Jamsky just goes over 121.16. I'm not really clued up to how or what sort of lap times we need to be looking out for. So this will be just as enthralling for me as it will be for you, as Jay Sky just goes over a line with a 119. So clearly Jay Sky is feeling the fire this evening. We like to do different circuits for different types of racing. As we can see, the number 91 car of Lando in the BMW, and his BMW teammate should be with him later today. But Lando, I think, will have a good race today. Some good TV angles here at Adelaide. What happens if I click on TV trackside again? Okay, so it's just these quite close, aren't they? Quite narrow field of view, really. But in the battle for P2, it's not looking like it's going to a good start. It's Hewitt Hamilton. He will be battling Jamsky for P2 in the championship. Jamsky just needs to finish. Well, actually, no, that's not strictly true. Jamsky needs to finish at least 2.5 points, or 2 positions ahead of Hamilton to avoid the risk of being overtaken due to the fastest lap. But it also depends on how they do in qualifying. So qualifying, the top 5 positions get points. 5 going down to 1. Ooh, and that's looking quite slidey. But he's handling it pretty well. Ooh, and in the background there, that's Stewart. Number 85, AMG. He's having a little bit of a wobble. Ooh, don't want to be riding that curb. I think this track is going to cause quite a few bits out there. He was out there kissing walls. He is Lemon. He is kissing walls. You are completely correct, sir. How are you? How are you feeling, buddy? I know you said in Discord that you're feeling quite rough. Right, let's see if this is going to work. Table. It does. Fantastic. So this is our current table standings. We have J Sky currently leading the way with 225 points. 15 points behind, however, is Jamski. Which, if I'm honest, is going to take quite the miracle for Jamski to win the championship. And before I finish the stream today, I'll put all the results in and try and get it all sorted. As I can see, PNR Mango Banjo, aka Connor, has also just joined the field. So he's currently P10. Oh, Stuart just absolutely crunched the wall in the background. Sorry, you didn't see that, but he lost it through the first part of the chicane now. I think that might happen quite a lot. Let's see what other battles we have. So we battle for P2, as you can see, he's only got 1 point difference. Yogi has pretty much solidified P4, which is a fantastic result for Yogi. Cannot be, complained to at all. That's an absolutely outstanding finish for the Viking. Stuart and Mark Coulson battling for P5. That could be one to watch out for. There is a 20-point gap, but it all depends. Sorry, I just noticed that Coulson is not having the best time either. In the background here, they're all kissing walls, making hugs and friends with Barrier. I think this could be quite a cluster of a race, to be honest. But that's what we want. We wanted to spice up. Lando Morris Minor still says that he's in a McLaren, but it should have changed to a BMW. It's also in contention of overtaking Mark Coulson. He's only 14 points behind, so it all depends on where everyone finishes and if they finish. So we'll just stay on board here. I'm just going to grab my laptop so I'm able to put in the points on the fly. So be right back 1 second. So as we can see, Connor has also made love with at least one of the barriers around the circuit. Quite a big shunt as well, to be honest. Oh, and Connor's having a bit of fun. Pirouettes. Right, so Jamski's managed to get up to a 118.3. So I'm assuming that 118, low 118s are the time to go for. He's just got to keep it clean. Made love with Lando. You never know. You never know, Lemon. There we go. Consent. There we go. Admin view. Round 8. There we go. So who is in at the moment? So Connor's racing. Yogi is racing. And that is it. As it currently stands. I saw on stream that's where his damage came from. Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Well, Lando's in P5 at the moment with a 121.9, so he's rather quick. He's driving faster than Coulson. So maybe the battle for P6 or 7th in the championship isn't over quite yet. Right, I've got it ready for updating the results. Just move this over here. This is what I'm going to mainly need. Jamski is absolutely leathering it. Power charger connectors. That's fine. I don't want it to charge. I just want it to stay awake, really. That's what I want it to do. Unless this cable reaches all the way across, which it almost does. Not quite. So there we go. Jamski's doing rather well. There's only 38 seconds remaining. PNRGT3 keeping close tabs on Jamski, because Jamski is the only person that can really, well, apart from Hewis actually as well, that can go for the championship. Mark Coulson is also having a fun time by the looks of it, and giving us a nice little spin to end his practice session. There is Lando with Stuart right behind him. Stuart taking his own racing line. Lando hopefully going to get a good race this evening. Looking very close. It's very close there. I will show you the table, in fact. Well, once in a moment. In a moment, I will show you the table. How are you doing, Bo? How are you? Did you have a good bank holiday weekend, sir? So we're just watching Lando. And Connor seems to be getting into the groove a little bit now as well. As they both cross over the line to finish our practice session, I believe. Unless Jamski still needs to come around the corner. Oh, it is. We're waiting for Jamski. Well, today's just a normal weekend for you. Yeah, same here, buddy. Same here, my guy. And we will head over to the standings momentarily. And there we go. So Jamski is P1 in our practice session 1 with PNRJ Sky in P2, Hewitt in P3, Yogi in P4, Camel in 5, Lando in 6th, Coulson in 7th, and Mango in 8th. But that means absolutely nothing as we head on into our final qualifying session for the PNRGT3 Cup. So let's get on with it. Let's get rid of the overview. See you later, alligator. And let's go on board with the man who was P1 at the end of practice, and just watch his outlap. We'll keep an eye on it. Listen to that V8. Rack on through. So we can see Mango Banjo is actually the first one out of the pits. Just not quite on the brakes enough there. But this is an outlap, so everything's a little bit cold. Just not opening the corners enough, and Jamski is on the attack in practice, so he clearly wants the clear road, and I think Connor's letting him, yeah. So just before this all starts, here is our table. J-Sky is currently in P1. With 2:25. Battle for P2 has only got 1 point in it. But all J-Sky has to do is finish the race today, and he's going to be crowned the first ever PNR champion. Yogi P4, solidified P4, so Yogi is going to finish in P4 regardless of whether he finishes or not. Camel P5, Mark in P6, and Lando in P7. That is the people that we need to really focus on. Connor, sadly, because of outside commitments, has not been able to gain enough points to really cause much of a fight to anybody. But there we go, as we are now starting our flying lap with Jamski. Go through the very fast chicane. There's only 7 track cuts, and it's going to be easy to lose it there. Oh, super close to the wall. How was the AC race on Sunday? The races, we did more than one in the end, mate. We did like a little cluster of them. We did like just 12 lap races, different sort of cars, hypercars, Porsche Cups, TTs, and what else was there? Oh, the BMW 235i's. Yeah, really good, man. I think we're going to do a lot more AC stuff in the near future. A lot more AC stuff. We've got the Ultimate Sim Racer, which I'll talk about more before the race begins. But Jamski's first lap is looking like a banker, if I'm honest. Just missed the apex there a little bit. But yeah, Bo, you need to get involved a bit more, my guy. Miss having you being around, man. Miss having you being around. Didn't go for it. Nah, we didn't have enough people, mate. We only had 5 drivers in the end, so we just went for shorter stints. We miss having you around, dude. But yeah, we didn't do the mini enduro. But we are going to plan a Le Mans race that's like a mini enduro. We just need a few more bodies. And Jamski's coming with a 117. And that's me saying as a banker. Oh my lord. Let's see how Jay's guy gets on. He's currently on his fly. Oh, he's had to bail. Oh, and Hughes has lost it on the last corner. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear. So the people that are in contention for the championship might not even be able to set in a good lap time here. Let's go back to trackside. This is quite interesting because these points will definitely matter towards the end of the championship. So J-Sky needs to pull a lap out of that Porsche's rear end. I've been away from the rig for a couple of weeks, just been getting back into LFM on ACC. That sounds pretty good because there's a few guys in the community that want to also try a bit more LFM. So make sure you pipe up in the community, mate, because I think a lot of people would like your assistance or your feedback or your, you know, your points of view on things. After all, I would say that you're our community pro. Whether you want that title or not, but that looked really impressive. I could see he has a lot more confidence. He's got a lot more confidence, but, and it's a big but, the consistency isn't quite there yet. As we can see that Connor in the background has gone spin right round. Yeah, he seems, apart from last week at Suzuka, was the first race he didn't spin. So that's the only thing that Jamski is lacking, is consistency. The confidence is there, the pace is there. It's just that, you know, lap after lap, banging it out, keeping it safe, keeping it going. But I think the 9 hour of Kyle Army's definitely helped him with that. As we'll keep watching J-Sky, as this is for some heavy points. But yeah, people have got a lot better in this championship. Like, everyone seems to have just upped their game. It's really nice. Really nice. Because of the time, just got to put the hours in, you'll be looking like a different driver. 100%, dude. 100%. Oh, and that's a really slow hairpin by J-Sky there. I'm going to predict there's going to be like a 118. Mid to high 118. That was quite a slow exit there out of the hairpin. Wasn't able to get the power on early. And again, really slow exit. Coming out the last hairpin. 118. 118.6. There we go. So he's got to find a second from somewhere. We know it's in J-Sky. We know it's there. But what about Huey? As he's just coming around the final complex now. The fast right-hander into a tight braking zone. Missed the apex there again, getting on the power a little bit late. We haven't seen the rest of the lap, so we're just going to have to go with the timing board here. Over 118.7. So Hewis is it's got to hope that Jamski has one of his moments in the race, really, to be able to claim back P2, because Jamski here at the moment is going to almost solidify P2 depending on where the race positions finish. Who else? We can't just neglect everyone else. Yogi in P4, who is currently driving backwards but staying out the way. Well done, Yogi. But Yogi's got massively better through this championship. Massively better. Coulson, P5. He needs a good result this week to stick the battle to Lando Morris Minor, who has just pipped in front of him into P5 in the BMW. He's just gone into the pits. As we'll watch Coulson, but Connor has not set a lap time yet. I'm going to assume this is going to be it. No, it's not. So we'll just keep an eye on Connor. Hopefully he can just get a banker lap. That's all he needs. Just needs a banker lap. Just needs to put on the brakes a little bit earlier. Connor likes to really brake late, but he's not picked a car that likes doing it. That's it. Take as much of the racing circuit as you can, Connor. Missed the apex a bit there. Yeah. Don't want to be riding that curb. I think Adelaide's a great circuit. Absolutely fantastic circuit. Underrated in my book. Underrated. Stuart Daisy Campbell's gone to 5th now, I've just seen in the timing board. Crikey. Got some hella lap times here. So he's got his banker lap in. That's all that matters, is that he's got a banker lap in. As there's 40 odd seconds left to go. It's J-Sky on a flying lap. You know, he's currently in the pits. What about Hewis? Can Hewis pull something out of the bag here? He needs to find a 10th to get ahead of J Sky. And he hasn't found it. Hasn't found it. And that's qualifying complete, but Hewis has got time for one more lap, so we'll stay on board with Hewis. So Jamski is pretty much our P1 driver. Oh, that's a big shunt. And that's Hewis gone. And that just leaves Coulson left out on track. That was a heavy hit there by Hewis. And that's something that could genuinely happen quite often in the race. But can Mark Coulson gain any positions? He has. He's jumped up to 4th, I think. He has. He's jumped up to 4th. So what? That was a hell of a flying lap there by Coulson. I'm going to have to change that in the championship standards. So Coulson. So we got Jamski in P1 for 117.6. 1 second faster than everyone else. And Hewis has a 1 grid place penalty. So that's P4 for Mark. I'm going to have to ask a question here. 1 sec. Sorry to disturb you all. I have a question and I want to ask the community this question. As you can clearly all see, Hewis has got a penalty for 1 place. Should Hewis still finish P3 in the quali and get the P3 points, or should he be demoted to P4 and Mark gets P3? That's a grid place on the race. Affects the grid now, doesn't it? Affects it in the race. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So just in case anyone was going to pipe up afterwards. So cool. There we go. But good luck in the race, everyone. I'll press continue in a moment. So there we go. So yeah, Hewis is going to get P3. Mark Coulson P4 with that final lap, absolute blistering pace. He managed to find that from nowhere, really. Yogi in P5, Camel in P6, Lando in P7, and Connor in P8. Now, if you like sim racing and you don't mind driving on AMS2, we have a brand new competition starting on this Wednesday, in fact, Wednesday the 3rd, called the Ultimate Sim Racer. And here's a little look at it before we go straight into the racing session. So you join us onto the grid, ladies and gentlemen, for the final round of the PNRGT3 Cup, supported by Fox Custom PC Builders UK, who have been our support as well. It's my business, so I'm going to plug it whenever I can. I've been hosting and running these sort of events for a year and a bit now. Whilst trying to grow my business, and I'll keep talking because this is just going to be a steady out lap. So it looks like the race is starting, but in fact this is a manual formation lap. This is just so everyone gets a decent rolling start. The rolling start feature on AMS2 still a little bit buggy, so we force a manual one, and basically the lead driver can go the moment he comes across or comes up to the start finish line. So in the meantime, I'm going to talk to you about the Ultimate Sim Racer. The Ultimate Sim Racer is starting this Wednesday at roughly 7:30, 8 p.m. BST. And the whole premise of it is we want to find out who is PNR's Ultimate Sim Racer. Each night is a different type of racing class. So we'll be starting off with ovals. So we'll be doing anything to do with oval racing with certain type of oval cars and tracks, and we'll be starting from like what we would consider as the entry level of the oval racing and finishing off at the top end version of the entry level without needing to use the DLC. Following night will be the GT class, the next night after that will be the Formula class, and the last night is an Enduro class where there'll be 2 Enduro type races, a bit like this one tonight. To help fulfill the growth. There's no qualifying, there is practice sessions and a 10-minute race, so they're short, sharp, snappy races in lots of different cars, different circuits, all in one night, because we want to find who is our community's best sim racer, and it's open to you. So all you have to do is type in !Discord, as it says by the Pretty Ninja Racing bot there. Easy! Just type in !Discord, accept our terms and conditions, which basically just say don't be a dick, and you can join in to our PNR Ultimate Sim Racer event, whether you're brand new to sim racing or you're a seasoned veteran. Now, with that out of the way, we are coming up to the last corner, the last formation lap we will have in the PNRGT3 Cup, because we are going to be changing it up a little bit in the future. And Jamski is leading the cars all round, and we'll keep an eye on Jamski for now. And I'll just hover over Hewis Lambleton, who is currently in 4th apparently. And Jamski's gone, and he has caught them all napping. Is it going to be clean through the chicane? Hewis currently side by side. He had to back out. Coulson putting his foot down a little bit, so Hewis has got a lot of work to do here. And Yogi is gone ahead again. Hewis has had an absolute mare of a start. He's got 47 minutes plus 1 lap to get a good result out of it. It's a long race. He doesn't need to panic just yet, but that could not have gone any worse for Hewis. Duck, hi. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hewis needs to pull something out of the bag here. Jamski has almost pulled a second ahead in front. I wouldn't dare overtake there, Hewis. Maybe look into the braking zone down here, but that AMG is looking rather good around Adelaide. The rest of the field haven't really. Oh, as we saw Stewart just run a little bit wide back there, but managed to hold on. So let's have a look at J-Sky, who is 1.2 seconds behind Jamski as he comes out of the corner. 1.3, 1.2, and Jamski has got the perfect start here on Hewis. Oh, as we saw in the background, that looked like Lando. Lando has spun, and Connor is just taking a nice casual Sunday drive, I think, which is absolutely fine. He's not really in contention with anyone. He's just having a nice little driving sesh, just chill out from the day that he's probably had, which is nothing wrong with that. Who knows? Connor might have a bit more of effect in the race later. But the number 91 BMW having a moment at the last hairpin. It's a very tricky braking zone going into that hairpin. So currently, Mark Coulson has, well, he's not made the most positions because he started in P3 thanks to Hewis having a penalty. But he's definitely capitalised on it enough as Yogi hits the wall behind, possibly leaving the door open for Hewis. But Yogi, the Norwegian, oh, and he rode over the curb there, Hewis. We didn't really see that, but you could hear it. I think Hewitt is getting a little bit flustered here. As Jamski's almost pulled out 2.5 seconds on J-Sky after 2 laps. I think Jamski needs to ring it in a little bit. As we'll just go on board with Hewitt. Let's see if we can find out where he is a little bit quicker than Yogi, who is... Oh, no! Hewitt! Hewitt, no! Hopefully he's not got too much damage. Oh, Hewitt, no. Why do we have to be on board for that? Oh, Huey. Oh, there's some suspension damage. You can kind of see it in the way the car's acting. Or is there? Or is it just the way it was turning? So Hewitt is going to be pitting. Oh dear. Is he going to retire? He should. Don't retire, Hewitt. Keep at it, Hewitt. Keep at it. Come on. Get the grit in you, son. Keep going, Hewitt. As Jamski's not even in sight for J-Sky now. Jesus, Jamski's gone. We're on lap 5, just the start of lap 5, and he's pulled 4 seconds on J-Sky already. So we go back to trackside. We just had to capture that on board for Hewitt, didn't we? Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. That is not great for Hewitt, as he's probably just making his way into... Yeah, he's got no rear end, but this would count as his pit stop. This would count. I mean, it's a long time to not pit again. You'd have to look after the tyres, you would have to have good pace. I think if you can get back to P5, that's a hell of a race. But at the end of the day, like I said, there's 40 odd minutes left to go. And Yogi is all over the rear end of Mark Coulson. He's got a great drive. Ooh, collision. I think, yeah, that's probably ended the way it should have done. Yogi turned in there, really, with Mark being alongside. I think Yogi can't really feel too aggrieved by that. It was Mark's corner to have, and Yogi just didn't give him the space. But Yogi seems to have the bit between his teeth, as they say. So we can see Stewart and Hewitt is still in the pits. He's been lapped. Oh dear. That must have been a heavy hit. But give it a couple more laps, Yogi. Give it a couple more laps. See if we can catch Coulson. Oh, he's outbraked himself. Just missing the wall. That isn't really going to allow Stewart, though, to capitalise. Oh, Stewart just gives the barrier a bit of a nice elbow as we take a look at Mango Banjo, who is not lapping the best as Hewitt has come out. But at the end of the day, Hewitt has got a lot of work to do now, though. 3 minutes. He was in the pits for 1.5 minutes there with the repairs. It was a big old crunch. But who knows? That could happen to J-Sky. That could happen to Jamski. That could happen to Yogi. That could happen to Mark. Anything can happen in the next... I was going to say half hour because that's the TV show line. But, oh, where's Yogi gone? Oh, Yogi outbraked himself, didn't he? Need to remember that. That's the 2 Mercedes are currently having a nice little battle for P4. I think Yogi, though, however, even after just having a bit of a dodgy braking moment, will be absolutely fine. He just needs to focus on his line. But Stewart is putting the pressure on slightly, as we saw in the background there. Let's have a little watch of this then, shall we? The one thing Hewitt could do is grab the fastest lap away from Jamski and J-Sky, but that won't really help in the grand scheme of things. Duck, welcome to the channel. By the way, I forgot to say, I got too enthralled with what was going on there. Hope you're doing well. Go on, Team Hewitt. Well, sadly, Stewart has slapped his rear ass on barrier and does not come out very well. But he's doing... He just needs to stay consistent now. He just needs to stay consistent. Not worry about it too much. Get the lap times in. As Jace Guy is now 8 seconds behind Jamski. And this is our race leader, Jamski. The number 99 AMG Mercedes is fine. Lost to take in. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was not expecting this from Jamski though, I won't lie. I was not expecting this sort of pace. He is flat through there. That is ridiculous. Is Jay's guy flat through there? No, he's not. He's letting off. So that's where the extra time's coming from. Just a half a second a lap there, give or take. Will definitely help Jamski out along the way, and I think the AMG does pretty well on his tyres here as well. But Jamski crossing the line now. What time is he setting? 1:19 dead. So he's only half a second off his qualifying pace. No, he's not. He did a 1:17, didn't he? 1:17. 1:17.6, I think he did. So 2.5 seconds off the pace. Off his qualifying pace, but that's fine. As Hamilton is lapping the same as the race leaders, but Mark Coulson is lapping faster than J-Sky. Well, on the last lap at least, anyway. Oh, as it looks like Stuart Lazy Camel's dropped a couple of seconds there. Let's go and check out, I would say, our most improved driver of the championship, Lando. Seems to be doing alright. Saying 125s as it looks like Connor has retired. That's fair enough. Stuart's a good driver. I just think he needs some help with setups. I think he's always driving default, which I've noticed makes a massive difference on MS2 and EMG. Yeah, it definitely does. From the, what on earth's going on there? Please refrain from sending long messages. What? What are you on about, Streamlabs? Calm down. Sorry about that, Lemon. I need to have a look at that. That wasn't a long message. What on earth was that about? Please refrain from sending any longer messages than 5 characters. What on earth is going on there? I'm going to have a look at that. Sorry, Lemon. Don't know what it's doing there. So what battles do we have currently going on? I suppose really the only battle is themselves and the walls. So we're 10 minutes into the race. It's going to be quite a few. These drivers are going to be quite tired towards the end of the race, and the weather's going to change. They don't know this. The weather is going to change. There is going to be more clouds. I did almost hit the 200 character limit though. Did you? There's a 200 character limit. I did not know this. Either way, Lemon, I'm gonna have a look at it because that was not a long sentence in my book, but okay. But yes, as I was saying, the track will change. It is going to get cloudy. It's not going to rain or anything like that. It's just going to get cloudy. What position is everyone in the championship? I am glad you asked. Here you go. So J-Sky is our current championship leader with 225.5 points. Jamski is in P2 with 210.5, 15 points behind, which, because we don't have a massive amount of people who's racing, it's basically J Sky's championship unless he doesn't finish, unless he absolutely destroys his car. So J Sky just needs to finish the race, really. Huey is in P3, only 1 point behind Jamski, but sadly, after the incident that we've seen Hewis have, I'm not sure that's going to be the case coming towards the end of it, but he will finish P3 because Yogi has solidified P4, who is currently P4 in the race as well. Camel, who is racing, who is also P5 in the race as well as the championship, can't really catch up with Yogi. Coulson, who is in P3, however, who is 20 points behind Camel, could, depending on how bad it goes for Camel, could technically get that position. But really, it's the battle for P2, which, unless Jamski absolutely bins it, I think it's pretty much over and done with. But who knows? Thank you, close to the top. It's very close to the top. There's a lot of different kind of skilled base drivers here, and I think if everyone stuck at it, there would be battles all over the championship, which is great, really. You know, that's what you want. But I am going to try the IndyCar point format for the Ultimate Sim Racer. I'm not last, made my goal. Lemon, you were never going to be last. You were never going to be last. Duck Duck, do you race at all on AMS2 or any other sims for that matter? So to give you an idea, Jamski is now setting qualifying times that J Sky and Hewis were hitting. That's how fast Jamski is going, and he almost met his peril. Almost met his peril there. Oh, he needs to slow it up a little bit, I feel. He doesn't need to be lapping 1.5 seconds a lap faster than J Sky, really. He needs to just bring it home. Especially not with me in the league. Oh, Connor. Adelaide's not a great track for the BMW. To be fair, the BMW in this game is not great. It really isn't. I think we've already established that, haven't we? Not a good car. Right, so let's have a little look down the order. Let's go down to Hewis, who's done a 1:19, so he's lapping 1.5 seconds a lap faster than J Sky right now, which might be to his benefit. And he is catching up with Stewart, so he is only 42 seconds behind the leaders. Pit stops around here will probably be about 30 odd seconds, but he is a lap down. We need to remember this. He is a lap down. So he does need to make all the positions he can. But hopefully he can draw out a bit more of a result. So there's Lando Morris Minor, who's definitely had a moment with the wall. We are ending with probably the toughest circuit in the calendar, to be honest. It's really not an easy circuit, Adelaide, but it is a great one at the same time, if I'm honest with you. He's flat through there. Fair enough, Lando. You're flat. Stewart is just let through Hewis. It's very kind of him. At the end of the day, oh, Stewart hits the wall, gets a few more scratch marks on the right hand side of that AMG. It's going to need a new aero package after this, I tell you. Yogi flat out through there as well, currently P4. Only 8 seconds behind Coulson, so that could be quite interesting towards the end, towards the blame. Carry blame BMW as it's got me on the podium on the first race. Yeah, but that was with a lot of practice around Kansas, wasn't it? That was like 2 weeks worth of practice. So to just jump in and drive the BMW around circuits isn't necessarily the greatest on this game. I think you would probably find it a lot easier in like the AMG or even the Porsche. As we can see, Lando is in the pits. Now, is this for position? I think it is. Yeah, Hewis has made up a position to P6. Well done, Hewis. Well done, Hewis. Lapping just off Jamski's pace. But I think Lando's also getting all of his car repairs done as well. To be fair, it's not the first half of the race that we need to be keeping an eye on. It's the second half. That's where it's all going to come together, I feel. As Jace Guy has also got quite a clean car, so he's looking after it. Mark Coulson doesn't have a clean car. Yogi, however, does. And this is where in the pits, you know, a 5 to 15 second difference with repairs could make all the difference here towards grid positions. And there is a team battle going on between Jamyog, as they call themselves, and Mark Sky, as I call them. Currently, there is quite a close battle, but I think even with ends like this, Jamyog win the team championship. Porsche have won the constructors already. That's not even debatable. As we can now see Hewis in the background catching up Yogi. So Hewis is popping in some absolute flying laps at the moment. Absolute flying laps. Only 2 tenths off the pace from Jamski, who, if I'm honest, I think is just chilling right now, and I hope he is. I hope he is just chilling and bringing the car home. That's all he needs to do. 28 minutes remaining off the final round of the PNRGT3 Cup. Can Jamski, or what will happen rather, what will happen in this championship? Mathematically is anyone's. Well, not anyone's. Top threes. See the J Skies, Jamski's, or Hewis's. It's not anyone's. But we shall have to just wait 27 more minutes before we find out who the real champion is. As Jamski runs wide and there's only 7 track cuts. So I can see that Jamski's got a few track cuts there. He needs to be careful because he'll get a drive through. And that'll be 25 to 30 seconds and that could destroy the race for him, really. It goes for everyone, really. Just needs to watch for the track cuts. I think that's exactly what's happening with Jamski now, is that he's actually driving more within the lines rather than anything else. There was a yellow flag. Might have been for Lando there, who knows, although he was just coming out the hairpin, so probably not. Stewart is still smashing in the laps as Yogi is lapping 3 tenths of a second faster than Mark Coulson right now. It's going to be a good race at the end between these two, I think, especially after the hairpin incident. Now, if I had an infographic and I was a bit more prepared, I would have done one, but the PNR Ultimate Sim Racer is starting on Wednesday. If you wish to get involved, all you have to do is type in !Discord. It is that easy, accept our terms and conditions that basically state, I promise I'm not a dick, and you'll be able to get involved. It's that simple, really. Doesn't matter what your skill level, how long you've been playing for. It's all a bit of fun as Hewis is looking to overtake Yogi, and really Yogi should just let him through. At the end of the day, he's lapping a lot quicker. He has a lapped car. Yogi does not need to worry about Hewis. He's not racing him for position quite yet. But at the end of the day, Yogi is he's racing. So Hewis has to get this done safely without really restricting Yogi's lap time. Although Coulson has just set a 1 second a lap faster pace than Yogi. Rules me out then. Any skill level, Connor. Any skill level. On Wednesday. Short, fast, fun races. That's all it's going to be. Oh, as Yogi runs wide. And he's lost the rear end a bit. As he just lets Hewis through there. A mistake there by Yogi. That could cost the battle for later on in the race. Hewis would have lost a bit of time there, but he won't be too bothered about that. As Coulson is just there, we just saw Hewis pop around the last corner there. I think that might be in a track cut for Coulson, I don't know. Jace Guy's also got a track limit warning. Did look like all four tyres came across, but I am a dick. You're Scottish, it's different, you know what I mean? You're not a dick, Connor. Far from it. You like to think you are, but you're not. Right, Jace Guy. P2. Almost a full pit stop behind Jamski. But we know that there is a 119 in the tank for Jace Guy. So far for Jamski, it's looking all right. Where is Hewis? Coming up to the final hairpin. Hewis is looking a lot calmer now. Since the accident, Hewis is looking like a little bit more of a streamlined driver now. He seems to have got out. He's got that fear of crashing out the way because it's happened. And I think sometimes people need that, you know. They just need the event to happen. They deal with it absolutely fine, and then they just come out and they're not as stressed anymore. You know what I mean? Like they're not worried. Let's see what sort of lap time Hewis managed to get in here. Just watching that timing board, people should be coming into pit around about now, really. But I don't know how rough people's tyres are. This is the thing. Are we going to have a knock-on situation? And that was a 119.7, so he's four tenths off the leading pace, but everyone's starting to do 121, so that's telling me that the Porsche's front end might be giving a bit. But then Hewis is pulling in some great laps, so who knows? As Jace Guy is coming to the pit, so is he going to try and do the undercut? If possible. Let's see how long this pit is. So remember, the average lap's about 120. It's the average lap. So now we cross the timing line. 140. So about 20 seconds pit stop that was. So in total it'll probably be about 30 seconds, 30 to 35 seconds. So I think Jamski can pit this lap and come out absolutely fine. Still going, though. Still going. That AMG clearly feeling all right now. Just got to keep an eye on the lap times that Jay's guy does. As we can see, that Stewart's come into the pits as well. It's a bit annoying that the pit camera is like this. It's just literally you just have to look over to the right of your screen underneath the people that are driving. Luckily, there's only 7 people. 7 or 8 people. Might be able to just about fit them in. Our P2 driver, Mark Coulson, what's he going to do? Is he going to come into the pits this lap? 19 minutes remaining. Jamski's just done a 1:18.5. And there is Hewis. And we saw Stewart's come out of the pits, so I think Hewis has got a fair bit of work to do still. As Coulson comes over the line, not pitting. Where is Jay's guy? There's Jay's guy coming around the hairpin. The 1:23 outlap. That's not bad, you know. That is not bad at all. I think that's faster than what Hewis did. Let's take a look at our rounder-upper, Lando, who has pitted. But is a lap behind, but I think Lando's just getting the experience in right now. It's a very good drive from Morris Minor. Who shall we have a look at? Let's go with Yogi. See what Yogi's going to do. He has dropped a fair bit of time to Mark Coulson, 17 seconds. So I think Yogi's been having a couple of instances here and there. And Jamski is now on lap 24. So we need to keep an eye on what Jamski is doing. He's still out there. He needs to pit, really. But it just goes to show that that AMG is... tyres are absolutely fine, as that wasn't a track cut. But that AMG looks like it's doing absolutely crystal ball fine. He's only got 17 minutes to go. I reckon he's going to pit with quarter of an hour left. The gap between himself and Mark Coulson, he could come in this lap and come out in front of Mark Coulson. That's how much time Jamski has. And I think he knows that as well, really. Right then, the next battle will be between Hewis Lamilton and the Lazy Camel, who's only 4 corners ahead of him. So Hewis has got quite a bit of pushing to do, but at 3 seconds a lap, almost 3 seconds a lap quicker, I think it's doable. Jamski, what are you doing? Are you pitting? Yes, no, maybe so. He is not pitting. There is a mandatory pit stop that I have to do. Jamski is fully aware of this. Mark Coulson also hasn't pitted. Interesting. And I don't believe Yogi has either, so if I was Yogi, I would probably pit now. Quarter of an hour left to go. Which I'll see. I think Coulson might, is probably worried about Yogi, but I don't think he needs to be, really. It just depends on whose car needs repairing more, and I would say it is Mark's that needs repairing more. Mark still hasn't come in this lap. What's Yogi going to do? Okay, Yogi's had a hairpin, so he's got a bit more time yet. Right. I hope you're enjoying the final race, chat. This has actually not been a procession like in Formula 1. It's actually been quite an interesting wee battle here, there and everywhere. And Jamski is finally coming to the pits. I did say with quarter of an hour left to go. His pit squad wasn't ready. That will slow it up a little bit, but is he changing tyres? He's changing the fronts. He's got a bit of repair work. And he's out. He's got to come out well ahead of Mark Coulson. Well ahead of Coulson. That's not Coulson. That's Stewart. So Jamski has done his pit stop. No stresses whatsoever. 141, so that was 9 seconds quicker than Jay's guys. That was quite the pit stop strategy there by Mr. Jamski. I'm not going to move any positions in the in the final points listing quite yet. I'll wait until the final standings. 13 minutes left to go. Coulson is in the pits. That means Yogi must need to come into the pits, and Coulson's just done a stop and go. 33. Yeah, he's done a 13-second pit stop. He's not even done a splash. He's not changed his tyres. He's not repaired his car. He has just gone. Yogi, however, has had to reverse. He missed his pit box. So that's going to be it for Yogi, I think. Where is Stewart? Stewart is coming around the corner. Yeah, Yogi's going to be absolutely fine here, I think. As Stewart comes up to the final hairpin. There's Jamski on his outlap. What's he saying? 122, so not as fast as Jay Sky, but still fast enough. And Jamski's now lapping P4. Yogi needs to give way. There we go. After all, they are teammates as well. So Jamski's almost lapped most of the field. Mark Coulson's his next target, which is currently at a hairpin. So I'll be very surprised if Jamski can get that. Now, let's have a little think about this battle here as Lando gets out of Hewis's way, which is very kind of him. So Hewis is 11 seconds behind, lapping roughly 1.5 seconds quicker if we were to round it. I don't think he's going to catch up Camel. Not in time anyway. Not unless Stewart makes a bit of a boo-boo. Well, the gap is now down to 10 seconds, I believe. So I think Stewart has done a bit of a boo-boo. Let's have a little look at his lap time here. No, not so much. As Hewis comes over the start-finish line. Doing a 1:18.6, so yeah, about... Well, it's more like 2 seconds that time. Almost 2 seconds a lap quicker. So maybe then, can Hewis get up to P5? I mean, would P5... 22 over 30, nah, be 8-point difference. Wouldn't be able to hold on to... Well, he wouldn't be able to gain P2, but he'll be able to hold on to P3 in the championship. Still a podium finish at the end of the day. And I will be asking the community or the drivers to pick, well, to send me a quick message of who they want to be the driver's driver of the championship. So it's voted for by them. And they will actually receive a little trophy. Oh, he's pushing. He's pushing. He really wants that 5th position. So Jace guys moved up to P2 after Mark pitted. So it's basically back to how it was. 24-second lead by Jamski though. That's a hell of a lead. Although the reality, Jace guys only now lapping 6/10 slower than Jamski, which isn't great, deal much. But we can see that the cloud has drawn in. Track temperature's getting a little bit cooler. Air temperature's getting a little bit cooler. Better for the engines. A little bit quicker cars. A little bit better for the tyres as well. So the tyres will feel a little bit more grippy. There'll be a little bit more cold air going into the engine bay for a bit more power output. And we can see that Stewart is being really caught up here and is being held up by Yogi. So this is going to be a battle for 4th for Hamilton in this rate. Oh, for Hamilton, sorry, for Huey. Huey could get P4. With 8 minutes left on the clock, Yogi had a bit of a mare on the last lap. 3 seconds slower than Mark Coulson. Almost, well, 2.2 seconds slower than Camel. As there is Camel. Trying to keep up with Yogi. And there is Hewis in the background. So here's our battle for 4th. There is always a battle at the end of these races, every single time. Doesn't matter where on the field, whether it's for second to last or whatever, there is always a battle. It's awesome. Awesome to see. Oh! As Camel's gone! Camel's lost it! You saw the rear right-hand tyre going onto the grass. Rear left, sorry. Rear left going onto the grass. And that's Hamilton up to P5. Oh, an absolute mission. Oh, my Lord. Instead of 1:18.1, I don't think that's the fastest lap of the race. Although it could be, you know. It could very well be. But it still won't help him in the championship. Now, the battle for P4 is on between Huey and Yogi. After Camel just loses it on the hairpin. It's such a tricky braking zone. If you don't straighten up the car correctly, you are going to lose that rear end because you're braking into quite a sharp hairpin. You do have to shove it right down into first or second gear. Hewis is 100% pushing Duck. You are completely correct there. He is on a mission for P4. And he's got to get it, you know. 6 minutes left to go. These two had a moment in Suzuka. Yogi held him off then. But will Yogi bow to the pressure of the absolute charging Porsche? 2 seconds quicker that lap. Oh, and Yogi's hitting the wall. Oh, how he missed Hewis there, I have no idea. But that's Hewis through to 4th. Oh my Lord, that was squeaky bum time there. Oh my days. Well done, Yogi. Oh no, Yogi! Yogi's met the wall, but luckily he's managed to hold it off a bit. So from having that massive crash earlier in the race, 5-10 minutes into the race, Hewis has managed to gain back up to 4th, and this is why you never give up in sim racing. Never. Never give in. Never surrender. But my Lord, Hewis did get quite lucky there with Yogi messing up the chicane. But my lord, I know for a fact that Hewis would have been clenching them glutes right there, hoping that he wasn't going to get taken out. Great move. That was far more luck than move there. Far more luck. He could have easily been taken out by Yogi. But at the end of the day, you've got to put your car in the right position to gain the position. And you can see that Hewis is now let off a little bit. Although in all fairness, he let off the last lap because if he didn't, I think he would have definitely got murdered. Oh my lord. Hewis got gifted 2 positions there. Sometimes luck is on your side. So, with that being said, with 4 minutes plus 1 lap to go, Jamski just needs to bring it home. 28-second lead. I probably need to get some soundproofing for my shed, really. Probably annoying the neighbours with all my high pitch. Oh! Luigi! It's a ghost. I hope for Jamsi's sake. And he spun it! No! What's he doing? He's just done a little donut. That was planned, I think. Oh my god, don't do this to me, people. And there is Hewis. There is Hewis in P4 right behind him, but at the end of the day, Jamski slapped him. Oh my lord. Oh, don't do this to me. Flippin' heck. Jamski, just bring it home. Stop pushing. You've got 25 seconds. 3 minutes plus 1 to go. Just bring it home. Now, if Jamski's slightly smart about this, if Hamilton does actually catch him up, should just let him go. Jamski had to do his weekly spin. yeah, to do the Jamski. But my lord, that was, oh, that could have been so much worse. That could have been so much worse. But that Porsche's looking like grip.exe has been activated. Like it's doing absolutely, it's very stable. Hewis must be in a zone right now. Must be in a zone. And Hewis lapping 6 attempts faster than Jamski that lap. Let's have a look at our championship leader, J Sky. As he comes up to the hairpin. Well-deserved championship leader as well. Been thoroughly consistent, fantastic racing, barely any mistakes, always had good pace regardless. I can hear a car in front not really moving. That might have been Yogi. Hammer time. I don't think Hewis can gain anything more from this, really. I mean, where is Mark Coulson? Coulson's just gone through the start-finish chicane, so unless Coulson has a big accident now, I don't think Hewis is going to get much more out of this race. He might have the fastest lap of the race, though. Although, according to that there, Jamski's got the fastest lap, but I know for a fact that Hewis has gone quicker. But really, Hewis needs to finish ahead of Jamski and get fastest lap. So, this lap plus 1 to go. As we keep watching Hewis here, I think he's definitely set the fastest lap now. He's done a 1:17.8. Second to last lap here for P2. Mark Coulson coming up to the final hairpin. It's going to take quite a lot for Huey to catch up to Coulson. But Jamski's now just, well, he's pushing, but he's chilling. He's letting Hewis go. It's very wise. Very wise. But with 1 lap remaining, as our race leader comes around the final hairpin. To start the final lap of the race. Oh! Oh! That could have ended really badly. Oh, Jamski just properly outbraking himself there. A bit of a lapse in concentration. Jamski, you need to focus. Apparently, the AMG is forever turning right. If you look at the, if you look at the driver, he's forever turning right. I've just noticed that. Oh dear me. Oh, now he's driving forwards. It's like one of those weeping angels from Doctor Who. Oh, that's... I was going to say that must be Stuart the Camels. Yeah. Who's got no rear wing. Managed to get it back going. He might as well just continue. Just take it easy. As Jamski's coming up to the final corner to win the 8th and final round of the PNRGT3 Cup. Congratulations, Jamski. Well done. Race win for Jamski. 2nd of the season. And that has gained him P2 in the championship. Now all Jay's guy has to do is finish neatly. That's all he has to do. Although if he binned it right now, I'm pretty sure he'll be absolutely fine as well. Really, but Jay's guy comes around the corner to finish in P2 and comes across the line as our PNR champion in the GT3 Cup. Our first PNR champion. Congratulations, Jay's guy. The PNR trophy will be, well, staying on your desk really, because you've made some, so they'll be staying there. Mark Coulson's up next to cross the line in P3. Great podium finish for Mark Coulson. I believe that's his first of the season. With Hewis in P4, Yogi P5, Camel in P6, Lando in P7 and Connor in P8. But I need to know who is the fastest driver. And driver of the day is also going to go to Hewis after that incident that he had. Well, I'm going to give it to Hewis and Jamski because there's no points given. But I just need to know who the last person to cross the line will be. Camel, the owner of SLB, who hosts our events. Thank you very much for doing that, Stuart. And that is the end of the PNRGT3 Cup as we take a look at the standings. PNR Jamski takes the win, but it's our championship leader, Jay Sky in P2, who wins the championship, which I will bring the table up very shortly. The fastest lap of the race was by P4 Hewis Hamilton. I thought that was the case. With an 867. No. Typing that in wrong. 0.867. Update race results. There we go. Now if I press this table one more time in a minute. Oh, I need to go back to broadcast. And then table. There we go. So Jay Sky is the championship winner. Well, no, it hasn't updated. Why is it not updated? I want you to update. Let me just see if I can, one sec. Interact. What if I press refresh? There we go. So Jay Sky has won the PNR GT3 Cup Season 1. Sadly, it's going to be the last season on AMS2. With 257.5 points. Well done, Jay Sky. Jamski in P2 with 245.5. Only finishing 12 points behind in the end. Not so bad. Hewis solidifying P3. So that's our top 3 of the championship. Lewis Hamilton finished off P3. Great finishing result there for him. Yogi in P4. He'll be super happy with that. Maybe not with this performance in the race, maybe, but super happy with where he's finished. Camel in P5, who I think will be ecstatic about that finish. Mark Coulson in P6. Only 10 points behind Camel, and Lando Norris in P7. And as you can see, the rest of the field are there. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the last round of the PNRGT3 Cup, as Duck actually correctly says. A very tricky circuit. So, what's next for PNR? Well, I'm glad you asked. So that's right. PNR Ultimate Sim Racer starting this Wednesday, the 3rd of May, at, I will tell you exactly what times. Leagues, Ultimate Sim Racer. So it'll be starting at 8 PM BST, British Summer Time. It's open to anyone. All you have to do is type in !mark Discord to join our Discord, accept the terms and conditions, which basically state don't be a fool of a took. And you can get involved. There are quite a few sign-ups already, which is fantastic to see, but the premise of the Ultimate Sim Racer is essentially every single round there will be at least 4 races apart from the Enduro class race, where we will focus on one specific type of racing, whether it be oval, formula, GT racing, and Enduro racing. So the first one is an oval racing, which will be at starting off in Montana, going to I believe is WWT, as well as Daytona and Indianapolis. And essentially it'll go through what is the beginning of the journey through oval racing to the finale of oval racing. Each and every night. Races are only 10 minutes long, nice, short, snappy, all a great bit of fun. So if you want to get involved, make sure you hit !mark Discord or check out the links in the description below. It's been lovely having you here. I hope you have enjoyed this series, and we will be doing more to come. We just got to figure out which title to do on. We can't decide whether to do it on ACC or AC. And if you want to know who is the drivers pick for the June PNRGT3 Cup, again, join our Discord via !mark Discord. So look after yourselves, stay well. I hope you all had a lovely bank holiday weekend if you're based in the UK. If you're based abroad, sorry. I hope you had a lovely weekend. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Anders, and I'll be catching you later on this week for some Ultimate Sim Racing. But until then, take care of yourself. And I still don't have an outro. I'm joking. I do. Congratulations, sir.
Oi, oi. Fair play.
Cheers, thank you.
Deserving winner.
Deserving winner.